As NBA fans, you already know a lot about the league, but in this video, we will share some interesting facts about the NBA that you probably haven't heard of. And at the same time, we'll test your knowledge about your favorite league. But before we go on and see these fun facts about the NBA, make sure you like the video and comment down below about your favorite part. Also make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. So, we all have our reasons why we love this game, but most of us will agree that scoring is what makes the game fun. Throughout the league history that began in 1946, there have been many great scorers, but no one has scored more points than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The center who spent 20 seasons with the Milwaukee Bucks and the Los Angeles Lakers retired in 1989, with 38,387 points by his name. No one has ever come close to this record, and if anybody can reach it, that will definitely be LeBron James, who is currently somewhere above 35,000 career points. All of you have probably heard of Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game back in 1962. But did you know that Wilt the Stilt also holds the record for most points in a half with 59? He achieved these two records in the game against the New York Knicks, as he shot 36 of 63 from the field and 28 of 32 from the free throw line. When it comes to the most points in a quarter, many of you will remember when Klay Thompson went hot for the Warriors in a 126-101 win over the Sacramento Kings in 2015, scoring 37 points in the third period, hitting all of his 9 3-point shots, which is also a record. Thompson also holds the record for most three-pointers in a single game with 14. In 2018, on his way to 52 points against the Chicago Bulls, Thompson shot 14 of 24 from behind the arc. A fun fact is that prior to that game, Klay was shooting only 5 of 36, or 13.9% for the season. Wilt Chamberlain is also the player who has grabbed the most rebounds in a single game, with 55. He did that back in 1960, playing for the Philadelphia Warriors against the Boston Celtics. His 23,924 career rebounds put him on top of that list as well. Chamberlain also holds the record for the highest points per game average in NBA history. He won the scoring title 7 times in his career, and no one has averaged more than his 50.4 points per game from the 1961-62 season. But there is one player who has won more scoring titles than Chamberlain, and that is Michael Jordan, who achieved this for a record 10 times during his career. MJ has his own chapter in the NBA history book, and there are probably some records that you have never heard of. Jordan's highest scoring game came in 1990, when he scored 69 points for the Bulls against the Cleveland Cavaliers, but this puts him only 12th among the highest scoring games of all time. But when it comes to playoff time, that's where Michael Jordan stands out. His airness holds the record for the most points in a playoff game, as he scored 63 against the Boston Celtics in double overtime in 1986. That was Jordan's second season in the league, when he suffered a foot injury that forced him to miss 64 regular season games. MJ came back right in time for the playoffs, where he put 63 on the Celtics in Game 2 of the first round. Jordan scored 54 points in regulation, adding 5 points in the first OT and 4 in the second. He attempted 41 shots in the game, and not one was a three-pointer. We all know that MJ has led the Chicago Bulls to 6 NBA championships. On that road, he became the player who has scored the most points in the playoffs, 5,987. Jordan has played a total of 35 NBA Finals games, and in none of them has scored less than 20 points. As a matter of fact, in one span, he had 60 consecutive playoff games with at least 20 points. How good of a scorer MJ was tells the fact that he has the highest career per game point average of 30.1. He also holds the record for the most 30-plus point games with 563 of those. Michael Jordan is also the reason for the NBA's most attended regular season game. With the Bulls and the soon-to-retire Jordan coming to town in 1998, the Atlanta Hawks decided to play at the Georgia Dome, the city's biggest sporting facility. A crowd of 62,046 jammed in to see Jordan score 34 points in an 89-74 Bulls win. It's important to remember that this is a regular season record, with the 2010 All-Star Game in Arlington, Texas, holding the all-time NBA attendance record with 108,713. These Jordan records seem pretty much untouchable, but if anyone can come close to them, then it's definitely Steph Curry. The Golden State Warriors point guard has become the player with the most made threes in NBA history, as he passed Ray Allen with his 2,974th career three-point made. Curry will probably take this record far beyond 3,000, and no one will ever get close to it. Curry also holds the record for most career three-pointers per game with 3.8, and the highest career free throw percentage at 90.7. The Warriors coach who won 3 NBA championships with Curry, Steve Kerr, holds the record for the highest career three-point percentage at 45.4%. When it comes to passing, John Stockton is the leader with 15,806 assists in his career, while Magic Johnson's 11.2 assists per game in his career put him first on that list. You probably know that Stockton and Magic are 2 of the best passers in the history of the game. But do you know who has recorded the most assists in a single game? That player is Scott Skiles, who had 30 assists in the Orlando Magic 155-116 win over the Denver Nuggets in 1990. When it comes to steals, again we have John Stockton on top of the list. The point guard who spent 19 seasons with the Utah Jazz has recorded 3.265 career steals. Alvin Robertson, who spent 10 seasons in the league, is the leader with 2.7 career steals per game. Larry Kennan and Kendall Gill hold the record for the most steals in a single game with 11. Hakeem Olajuwon is the player with the most blocks in the history of the NBA with 3,830. The player who led the Houston Rockets to their only 2 NBA championships has also the highest blocked per game career average with 3.1. The record for the most blocks per game in a single season belongs to Mark Eaton, who averaged 5.6 blocks in the 1984-85 season for the Utah Jazz. Russell Westbrook holds the record for the most career triple-doubles with 189, and counting. The point guard is the only player who has averaged a triple-double in 4 seasons, and to make this accomplishment even bigger, he made that with 3 different teams: the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Houston Rockets, and the Washington Wizards. Nikola Jokic has also developed into a triple-double machine. The 2021 NBA MVP holds the record for the quickest triple-double. In the Denver Nuggets' 134-123 win over the Milwaukee Bucks in 2018, the Serbian center needed only 14 minutes and 33 seconds to get into a triple-double. He finished that game with 30 points, 15 rebounds, and 17 assists. Andrew Bynum, who won the 2 NBA championships with Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers in 2009 and 2010, is the youngest player who has ever appeared in an NBA game. The center was only 18 years and 6 days when he made his NBA debut in 2005. On the other hand, the oldest player who has stepped on NBA hardwood is Nat Hickey, who was 45 years and 364 days old when he played for the Providence Steamrollers in 1949. When it comes to longevity, there are a couple of interesting facts. 4-time NBA champion with the Boston Celtics and the Chicago Bulls, Robert Parrish is the player who has played the most games in the NBA, with 1,611. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has played the most minutes, 57,446. The record for most minutes per game in a single season belongs to Wilt Chamberlain, who averaged 48.5 minutes per game in the 1961-62 season, which mathematically is more than a game lasts. That season, Chamberlain played all but 8 minutes for Philadelphia, and as the team played a couple of overtimes during the season, his average goes above 48 minutes. Dale Ellis has played the most minutes in a single game with 69 in Seattle Supersonics' 5 overtime game against the Milwaukee Bucks in 1989. AC Green is the player with the longest run without missing a single game with 1,192. In his 16 seasons in the NBA, Green missed only 3 games. 4 NBA players can call themselves real journeymen, as they have played for 12 different teams in their careers. Those are Chucky Brown, Jim Jackson, Tony Massenberg, and Joe Smith. If you thought that these 4 have moved a lot, you should know that Bobby Jones changed 5 teams in a single season back in 2007-2008. When it comes to team performance, the Detroit Pistons have scored the most points in a single game when they defeated the Denver Nuggets 186-184 in triple overtime back in 1983. An NBA record 4 players scored over 40 points in that game, including the Nuggets' Kiki Vanderwege, with a game-high 51. The highest scoring regular season game in regulation was between the Golden State Warriors and the Denver Nuggets on November 2, 1990. In that game, Golden State defeated Denver 162-158. The lowest points total in a game was recorded in 1999, when the Chicago Bulls scored only 49 points against the Miami Heat. The Bulls also set an NBA record with only 18 field goals made, as they shot 23.4% from the field. The best team record in a regular season belongs to the 2015-16 Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry led his team to 73 wins and only 9 losses, which is 89%. Golden State broke over 25 NBA records and more than 10 franchise records that season. They began the season with 24 straight victories. However, the Warriors were defeated in the NBA Finals by the Cleveland Cavaliers in 7 games, having lost the series after leading 3-1. The worst winning percentage, on the other hand, belongs to the 2011-12 Charlotte Bobcats, who went 7-59 in the shortened season for 10.6%. The 1972-73 Philadelphia 76ers own the worst record in a full 82-game season, as they recorded 9 wins and 73 losses, or 11%. The San Antonio Spurs are the team with the highest winning percentage in franchise history, currently at 61.8%. The Los Angeles Lakers hold the record for the longest winning streak in a single season. From November 5, 1971 until January 9, 1972, the Lakers made NBA history with their run of 33 straight victories. However, that streak came to an end in Milwaukee as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar knocked 39 points and 20 rebounds to power a 120-104 Bucks win. Overall, the Lakers went 70 days between defeats. The Memphis Grizzlies set the record for the largest win when they defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder on December 2, 2021 by a 73-point difference, 152-79. The Grizzlies led by 15 after a quarter, 36 at the half, and 51 after 3 quarters. Oklahoma City was out-rebounded 53-26 and had 2 steals against 19 turnovers. Thank you for watching, and make sure you like this video and click the subscribe button. See you next time.